will start. Guys, here's a common question, means you are using a system, and just people, whether from CSC or not CSC people, but computer has become a common part in our life, right? So we to do mailing communication, or maybe you have to do certain work. Either you should have to attend the classes or to practice something. Okay, for interviews. So your laptops and desktops are become common now. So people will be asked question that's like they want to install some application, or they want to do certain task in their laptop, or they want to play in their desktops, right? So we'll ask like if they want, then we will ask what is your system configuration. We are getting this answer. First one is like yeah, my laptop is Dell laptop. I'm having a Windows system. Mine is Latitude 1324. Mine is the HP Pavilion. Okay, so we are having a 11th generation system. Only one or two information about it. So nothing information. They don't know about what is their system configuration. How to check system configurations thing. Second thing is, so they must know system configuration. Okay. So here we first will discuss, it is a very basic level point. So how to check system configuration. Okay. And if you got a question in the interview or anytime, you got a question, what is your system? Do you want to install some application? So then what is your system configuration? So then you can able to install that particular application, or is it works in your system or not. So supporting is there or not, to understand, better to know about your system. Yes, these are all general things only. Even last class I told, knowing about a very basic general things about thing. It's not in a, it is a specific technology. It is like you are using a mobile, iPhone is there, Android mobile phones. Even you have a mobile phone, what is your mobile phone configured? You want to play a game in your mobile, is it your mobile phone is supporting? I have a mobile, so I want to play some PUBG kind of stuff. It may not support. So I should know the system configuration, right? So when you got a question like what is your system configuration? So you have to tell about your CPU, not about your what company of your laptop or a desktop it is, what is the model number it is. That is the one secondary part, guys. Important is better to know what is your CPU. Is it Intel CPU, AMD CPU, what model, what generation, what is its clock speed, number of cores, number of logical processors or threads, what is their cache memory, virtualization is enabled or not. So these things you should know it. Okay. Next thing is about your RAM. What is your RAM? So what is the size of your RAM? 4 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM, 16 GB. What model of RAM it is? What is their clock speed? Are you using a DDR3 or DDR4 or DDR5? What clock speed it is 1600 megahertz, or maybe it is a 2400 megahertz, or a 2666 megahertz. Okay, what RAM it is? Storage. Okay, are you using a hard disk storage or SSD type of storage? It is SATA type of connectivity or M.2 type of connectivity or PATA type of connectivity. Okay, size like a 500 GB hard disk or a 250 GB, sorry, 240 GB SSD or 500 GB SSD or maybe 500 GB hard disk or 1 terabyte of hard disk. So what it is? You're using a system means it contains an operating system, right? Is it a Windows operating system or a Linux operating system or Mac operating system? If it is a Windows, is a Windows 10 or Windows 11, Home Edition or Pro Edition or Enterprise Edition. Okay, so these are the main important. Plus, if you have any separate graphic card, not a built-in graphics, or some laptops and desktops having a additional graphic cards like 2 GB graphic card, 4 GB graphic card, certain models, certain speeds are there. Okay, knowing about it, so it was useful for a that is not only in interview, also while daily working. Okay. So before how to check, and we should know why we are checking this one. Before we are going to how to check the system configuration, why should we check the system configuration? You want to install an application or you want to install a game. So for example, I want to install a Photoshop application. So I want to install Photoshop application, something number it is showing 7. Okay. So minimum system requirement. So at least you should have the system requirements. Then only we can able to install this application. See what it is showing. Intel or AMD processor. It's not giving any specific processor model with the 64-bit support. Compulsory 64-bit processor you should use it. 2 gigahertz or faster means more than 2.5 or 2.6 or 3 gigahertz or 4 gigahertz of type of processor. Not less than 2 gigahertz processor. RAM minimum 8 GB. Minimum 8 GB. So it is showing minimum means more than 8 GB you require. Least to least 8 GB to install Photoshop. Okay, hard disk minimum free space. You should give at least in a C drive give a 4 space free space or in a storage space give the 4 GB free space minimum to install because so it's going to be stored in your hard disk only. So give the 4 GB of storage space. Minimum 2 GB of graphic card is required with the DirectX 12 support. Okay, compulsory graphic card is required or a graphical memory minimum 2 GB of graphic. If it is showing any specific graphic cards type, then you have to follow that one minimum. Operating system for this version compulsory Windows 10 or a Windows 11 you can have it. And build version is also given 18.09 or later. 64 of course, processor is 64 and operating system has to be display resolution given 1280 to 800. So currently our systems are getting more than that one, 1366 into 768, and even that more than that one also we are getting now because of HD monitors we are getting. So minimum it is 1366 and 768 is a most common. Okay, compulsory screen resolution is required. You want to know more about that one, so go to more items, or you can go to directly this Photoshop Adobe website and find out what is the minimum requirements. And so there's two things are there, guys, to run like a minimum and recommended kind of stuff. Minimum means least to least, you must have this. Okay. Okay. Multi-core processor is required with 64 GB. So minimum is 8 GB. So recommended is 16 GB. So better to have 16 GB. Okay. Minimum is 1.2 GB of GPU means like it around 2 GB. So recommended is 4 GB with a 4K display. Okay. So high resolution it is. Minimum is giving a 1280 into 800. So recommended is 1920 into 1080. 20 GB of free disk space is available, so better to have a 50 GB of free disk space. For ARM type of processors, it is a minimum requirements. For Mac OS, for example, you are using a MacBook, so what are the requirements? I think it is not much. Only operating system wise, it is little different. I think it's okay. So if your system is met those kind of requirements, then you can install, you can run, right? So not only hardware requirements, operating system also it is telling what type of operating system you should. And built-in application supported environment like a, you want to install some application, you may require Java runtime environment. For example, I want to install Jenkins application. I need a Java 11 minimum. Java 11 is required, JRE 11 is minimum is required to install Jenkins application. Sometimes you install a Microsoft-based applications, then .NET framework is required. Like that, guys. So operating system, hardware, application, minimum requirements, and a recommended kind of stuff is required. But of course, we'll see application dependency part. But if you know your system, so you can understand whether I should install this particular application, can I install this application or not? Okay, understand that point, guys?
Yes, sir.
Some people will always complain. My system is slow. If I open my system is slow. I cannot able to work on it. Why their system is slow? So they will said simply it is because of virus. Okay. So if you know like your low RAM capacity, low processor capacity, if you open 2, 3 applications, system automatically slow. Okay. And if you see the system utilization become more and more, even you don't run any application, you are foreground, but still in your system is very slow, and you see the system utilizations, then it is very high. So you can understand there is background services, background applications are running. Okay. So for example, you have a laptop, it is running a slow thing. So why it is slow? Maybe a RAM capacity or hard disk capacity, processor capacity. Which one is we can able to improve? Which one is we how to manage? We can also understand from it. Okay. So you how many applications you can run at a time. So for example, my laptop is i5 laptop. This particular laptop is i5 laptop and 16 GB RAM is in it. So I can run 4 or 5 applications easily in my system. Okay. So I can run multiple applications. If in case my laptop is 4 GB RAM, so I will going to do limited number of applications, limited number of tabs in my browser also. Okay. In case your system is slow because of you are having a lower resources, lower system configurations, like a lesser the RAM, lesser the processor kind of stuff, possible try to upgrade the system. Okay. Earlier I have a laptop that is still we have a laptop that one when it is that laptop is 4 GB RAM in it. What I have done, so I have lot of work with my laptop. I have to run multiple applications, including virtual machines kind of stuff. So what I have done, I add 8 GB. Now 4 plus 8, 12 GB. So I can do all my works peacefully. Okay. So if you know your system configuration, then you will do a lot of things to improve your system performance or you best utilizing your system and to install any applications or you want to play games, whatever it is. So whether you can able to do it or not, you will understand from knowing about your system configuration. Anything okay, guys? Up to here? Understand why we should know system or configuration. Not only people will ask in interview, then only so that's why I should tell. No, it's not like that. Okay. Okay. How to check system configuration? How to check system configuration? A Gautam Naidu came. Anybody added? K Deepika, Pavan you and
Sir,
Yamuna.
sir, Pawan.
Pavan came. Very good. And I didn't find Yamuna. Guys, here now we'll see how to check system. Different ways to check the system configuration, even it is meant for to check the system configuration or not. But important is we should know about our CPU, RAM, hard disk, and operating system, and if in case you have a graphic card, then graphic card details also. Okay, so different ways we can know it. So one of the thing is MS Info 32. Either you can do in a search or a run. You can type MS Info 32. It will display system information. Another one is DXDIAG. I will give you one example. So a few months back, we want to buy a new laptop. So then we went to the shop, and then it's some Balaji Electronics shop it is. So buy it, so we should know the system configuration, what is the built-in kind of stuff, right? So what we use these things only, DXDIAG about your system. Okay, so we don't use any third-party tools also, but directly built-in tools, we know what is the system configuration. So you can use MS Info 32 as a run or a search. In a search box also you can type it. DXDIAG, so it's a DirectX Diagnostic tool. It is used to check your display memory, means graphics memory built in or a additional graphics memory in your laptop or desktop. So graphic cards related information you can get. Search. Okay. In the search button, you can type about your PC, then also you will know what is your system configuration. Another one is you can go to the press the Windows button, go to settings, system, about. There also you will get the same information. You can get information from the task manager. Go to task manager and performance. There you will find the individual system configurations. Means about the CPU, RAM, and other things, and their utilization also. BIOS settings, yeah. So you can go to BIOS setting, like you shut down your PC and again power on your PC, press the BIOS key. So then you can go to BIOS settings. In the BIOS settings, it will shows initially what is your system, about your CPU, about your RAM, about your disk. It will shows. And if you want to see from any third-party tools, also you can get it from CPU Z or a spicy kind of applications. I may not be able to show everything in this particular laptop, guys, because my old laptop, that is my original, my personal laptop. It is currently I'm using office laptop, so few things we cannot able to do it. We can do it, but we should not do it. Okay. Here it is. Here I will copy from here and show you that one things. The first one is MS Info 32. So how to go to the MS Info 32? I am not audible. Guys, able to
Audible,
hear?
sir. Yeah, you are audible, sir. Audible.
So here I went to the run command. So this is the run. How to open a run? There is a Windows button on a keyboard. Okay, so just do not release it. Just press, don't release it. And with another finger, press the R button. So Windows R. Okay, on your keyboard. So between your Alt and Control, there is a Windows button. So press the Windows button and R. So then this run is over. Type inverse info 32. So it will show your system information. Okay, you can get some information from it. So your operating system information. My current this laptop is Windows 10 Pro. It is a build version. You are getting 19045 currently. Operating system build version. Mine is 64-bit system. And I have a i5 processor. It's a 10th generation 10210U. 1.6 gigahertz processor. Okay, and it is showing some clock speed. 4-core processor, 8 logical processor. 16 GB RAM capacity. 16 GB RAM capacity. So in a system some memory only, I'm getting this information. Okay. So I want to take a screenshot of it. Things are is operating system. Build version. That is secondary. 64-bit system. The processor. Check the processor kind of stuff. i5 processor, 10th generation. 4-core, 8 logical processor, 1.6 gigahertz processor. Sixteen GB RAM. Installed physical memory means it is RAM. Okay. Some other information you can try. So if you go to the components, storage, disk. So there is a disk is fixed hard disk, 500 GB hard disk. Actually, it is a SSD. So what it is showing as a hard disk. Okay. So what I went, so I went to components, storage, disk, size of the disk. It is some media. This is the partition information, guys. These are the disk partitioning information. So what I got it from here, I got it. Okay. Next one is DXDIAG. Just to know the information, guys, how to check what are the things you have to check it. Okay. Next one is DXDIAG. Same thing, just I'm trying to close this one. DXDIAG. DirectX diagnostic tool it is. Okay. So what it is showing? It's about my operating system, my processor, and then my RAM, and of course, the display related information also. Okay. Whatever it is, guys, what are the information it is showing? And from that one, what information we need it, so you have to take it. So this is my operating system. Okay. And this is about my processor. See, i5 processor, 10th generation, 8 core CPU it is. So this is my RAM capacity. Okay. Next, you can see display memory. It is a built-in graphics, means like there is a graphic memory in your processor, that is one only it is shown. So this laptop does not contain any additional graphics card. Okay. So it is a UHD graphics memory. You can see 128 MB memory. This is original memory, guys. If you see total is 8 GB, it's not really worth as a 8 GB. For example, you want to install an application, it is asking 4 GB graphical memory is required. You can't install, even it is showing total memory is 8 GB because the original graphical memory is 128 MB only. This coming with this shared memory from your. Okay. So how many are completed? 2. Okay. Next one is about your PC or this one. So just type, already it is there. So I'm typing about your, okay. So you can click on it. So you want to take a screenshot of it. So your board, yeah. So type here about your PC, you'll get it from. Okay. If you open that one, Okay, if you are open about your PC, okay, you are getting your system specifics. But same thing you can open like this. Windows button, settings. First option is system. Scroll down, click on about. So you will get your system configuration. See, it is your processor, your RAM capacity, your 32-bit or a 64-bit kind of stuff. Okay, 64-bit OS, 64-bit processor it is. Okay, it is not a touch screen or a pen kind of input we can't give. That's why it is no pen, no touch input kind of stuff. And my operating system is Windows 10 Pro, and this is a recent version. Okay. About. First, in the settings, go to System, click on About. You'll see the About. Main processor, RAM, okay. And next system type 64-bit, 64-bit plus. Windows 10 Pro Edition, I'm getting this. Okay, these are the ways to check. Last one is Task Manager, guys. To check in a Task Manager, so different ways to open the Task Manager thing. Okay, so to open the Task Manager, so very simple, in search box, type Task Manager. See, Task Manager is there. Okay, or you can go to Run, type Task MGR. Task MGR. So then Task Manager will be open. You can open from the command prompt also. Like if you are using command prompt, now I want to open Task MGR. So then Task Manager will open with that command. Okay. And another one is right click on a taskbar. What is the right click on taskbar? This is the taskbar. Right click on taskbar. This is the Task Manager. This is the Task Manager. Okay. You can open Task Manager by simply right click on the taskbar. You can do Alt Control Delete. If you press Alt Control Delete, the entire screen is going to that sign out options, Task Manager option, lock options. There you can find Task Manager. A direct shortcut is also there. Control Shift Escape. It is also opens the Task Manager. Okay, different ways to open the Task Manager, guys. Each thing is have its different purposes, but in this class, we are discussing about how to check system configuration from different kind of things. For example, system information contains your system information. This is actually to check system configuration MS Info 32. DXDIAG is usually for your memory related. Which memory? Graphical memory related graphics one. About your system, again, for your system configuration. What is your operating system? What is your computer name? What is your hard subprocessor? What is your RAM? what type of architecture it is, 32-bit or 64, we can get it. So this is also meant for a system configuration. This is also meant for system. But task manager is not meant to know your system configuration. It is meant for to see the task running in your system and performance, monitoring performance of your system. But we are getting some details from it. So then we are going to task manager. I open a task manager. See, it is first is process. So what process are running in my PC? How much each process is consuming, how much CPU, RAM, and other things. See my Google Chrome is consuming 1 GB RAM. Microsoft Edge 500 GB, sorry 500 MB, and Microsoft Teams is around 1 GB. In process is taking one. Okay, for observing this total individual process, CPU, RAM, disk, network, and storage. Sorry, graphic and stuff, and total overall percentage you can get. Important one is performance. So what is your CPU performance? Memory, storage, network connectivity, and graphical information. Of course, it is not having any graphics cards inside, but it is showing about a graphical. So first one is I want to get know about a CPU. So what we want currently about the details of each individual thing. So can you see CPU information? Mine is i5 10th generation with this number model 1.66. The base speed is showing here. Number of cores. So 1 second, guys. This is very thick line. What is going with very thick line? Now this is good. 4 number of cores, 4 logical processor. Virtualization is enabled, so then I can run virtual machines in this PC. 6 MB cache memory. Currently it is utilizing 26%. That will be keep changing, guys. So now 13, 8, 6. Again it will increases, it will decreases. Okay, but this is the main information here. But uptime from last. Okay, so first thing is about your CPU information. Next, memory utilization. So much of memory it is taking. So why this much memory utilization? Also we can see. But before that one, so what is we are trying to get is about your memory means your RAM capacity. Okay, so this is about your RAM. How much RAM? 16 GB RAM. Okay, it's a DDR4 RAM. It is not showing at this place. It's a DDR4 unknown. But based on the speed, I can understand DDR4 RAM. 2 of 2 means 2 RAMs are installed in this PC. In this laptop, 2 RAMs are there. Maybe 8 plus 8, it is installed. Okay, 2 of 2. So total it is 16 GB RAM. Okay, that is. And available. This is also sometimes important. This is a total RAM, but currently available RAM memory, it is shown here. It means I am using more than 10 GB, almost all. More than 9 GB means almost all 10 GB I am utilizing. So unnecessary I am utilizing, so I have to close. Any background applications are running, I have to close it. That one I will show you how to do that one. Okay. So guys, my available memory is very less. Normal it is 16 GB RAM. Okay, and I'm using very light. I'm not running very big applications inside. But total system should be at least 4 GB utilization or a 6 GB utilization is okay. Because basically operating system also required more space to run. So applications has to run. But maximum it is 4 to 6 GB maximum should be taken. That it is a Windows 10 only. But why I'm getting more than 10 GB, sorry, more than 9 GB it is utilizing. So maybe some applications running in a background. Okay. Maybe because of antivirus, some background process, okay, utilizing my system. So click on CPU. So this is, sorry, memory. So which is utilizing more memory. These processes are running, including antivirus. My this one. So I will close one of the tab. I kept your tab. So then somewhat it is record. Instead of increasing, it is decreased. Yeah, I will close this one. So it is improving a little bit. Background applications are things. It is somewhat improved. Okay. So like that. So make sure that how much it is utilizing kind of stuff. Even background updates are going on now. That is also effective. So this is my hard disk details. Just hard disk details, guys. To know about your C drive kind of concept, then you have to go to the Explorer. This is only one hard disk. I have one. It is not a hard disk, it is SSD. So 500 GB capacity hard disk system. Okay. If you want to know about your network from here also, you can get it. About your network, what is your packet you are sending, receiving, performance of your network, how much it is data transmission, okay, connectivity, SSD name, Wi-Fi name, what is your current IP address, that is you can get it. This is GPU details. In GPU, it is showing 4% utilization because it's there is no separate GPU, guys. It is CPU only. So shared memory itself, it is 7.9 GB means 8 GB shared memory. Out of shared memory, only 0.7 is utilized. But I don't have any graphics cards. It's a built-in graphics. I don't require this information. So this is okay to take it, so then I will take it. This is my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi adapter name. Okay, guys, this is to get information from the task manager about CPU, RAM, and hard disk kind of stuff. I cannot show how to go to this BIOS settings now because if I do in my system, I have to shut down my system. So if you disconnect, you can't see. So then we'll go to the tools. Okay, so in my old laptop, it is already installed. So you can see from Spicy. This is a Spicy is an application. So if you click here, so then you can download that application freely. Okay. You can download the Spicy application into your system, and then it will extract all your system information. But currently, this is not my personal laptop. It is office laptop. I don't do it. So you can download and run it. Once you do it, so you will get this kind of information like this. This is my system related configuration. Okay. My system is Windows 10. My personal system is Windows 10. i5 processor, third generation, 12 GB RAM, and 2 GB graphical memory. It's a dedicated graphic memory. Two hard disks are there. So I want to show you, try to see, look at here. This is my system, my personal system configuration, guys. So operating system, Windows 10 Home, 64-bit PC, i5 third generation, 2-core, 4 logical processors, 12 GB RAM. Hard disk is fixed hard disk, design 500 GB hard disk. So with the DXDIAG, so again same information, but you can observe the render part, this part, render part, 2 GB it is showing. In render, it is showing about my graphics card and the graphical memory also. Okay. Of course, can you see pen and touch support with 10 touch points because that laptop is a touchscreen laptop. So that's why it is showing pen and touch support is there. Okay. Here also my CPU information. Okay. Enable 3 MB cache memory, 2 core, 4 logical processor, 2.6 gigahertz processor. The RAM is 12 GB RAM, DDR3 model it is 2 of 2 means 2 RAMs, 4 plus 8 RAM I'm using. So a hard disk, their partitions, and this is type is hard disk. ZP also you can see DP. The total memory it is showing 2 GB. So in the last one, we have to keep like this. It means once you find your system configuration, then you have to write down one by one. So as per this, what is my system configuration? My system configuration is Intel i5 10th generation. It is 10.210U. It is around 1.60 gigahertz type of processor. Okay, it's a 4-core. You can easily write 4-core, 8-thread processor or 8 logical processors. It is. It is 6 MB cache memory. It's L3 cache. Virtualization is I have a 16 GB RAM. 16 GB. So DDR4 RAM it is. So 267 megahertz it is shown. Actually 267 6 only it should be there. So I got a SSD hard disk. SSD. Windows 10 Pro. My operating system is Windows 10 Pro. It is a 64-bit system. No graphical memory. I do not have any graphical. Okay. So I have a graphical memory is 128 MB only. Intel UHV. Shared is 8 GB. Basic is. Okay, guys, this is our system configuration. Guys, understand how to check system configuration? Why to check system configuration? Yes, you have to speak prop. You have to speak. Otherwise, I cannot do this kind of stuff. Guys, this is a global classroom. Actually, for few batches, I keep developing about a, Google Classroom kind of stuff. So this is for batch 22. I didn't much follow up only starting on. But here for your batch, I'm going to do this one. Okay. So your class notes will be here. Okay. Your class notes. It's a daily class notes. You're already having a link, but also so daily class notes, you can get it from here also. Okay? If in case you are missed from your WhatsApp group, so your daily classroom link, you can get it from here. Okay. Next, any post assignments I can conduct from it. Of course, after 2-3 days, anyway, you will give you a LMS account. So 70 is LMS account. From there, you can read lot of materials. You can self-testing is also there. But currently for few days, we're running it. Okay. How to log into this one. So that is also important, right? So thing is, this is the code. 1 second, guys. Cannot log in. I'm going to stop recording.